Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio.
My bad.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. No, it is not West Coast Wednesday. That was my fault, so that's one for the blooper reel, Shad.
You're tired.
That's what it is.
All those buttons you have in your studio, you need just two.
Apparently.
You can't handle three.
Obviously not. I'm like, what did I just push? This don't sound right. Oh, my God. Well, first off, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And also joining us tonight, we got a very special guest with us here. We got Mr. Spike Littlejohn. And I know there's a lot of prospectors out there that know who Spike is. Spike has been around for some time now, I'd say. Kind of like a legend, some people say. So, how you doing tonight, Spike?
Oh, we're doing well, but we're not a legend. I wouldn't call it that. Yeah, notorious maybe, but not a legend.
Well, see, I skipped the notorious legend. That's, I think, what it was supposed to be.
No, don't get over there. Yeah, I'm here, folks, and glad to be here with you all. I really am. It's going to be a pleasure.
Well, it's great to have you here, man. What's been going on now? Didn't you just get back from, like, the Loud Mine or something? Yeah,
I drove in this afternoon from Loud Mine about 4 o'clock. My truck's doing okay and got me here, so we pulled in. It's been a hot week down there. Spent a week at the outing. They had about 60 on the outing, I guess it was. Had some real good gold they got in, looks like.
Nice.
Good crew. The vending was good. Had some good sales. I was pretty pleased with that. So
awesome.
The big seller of the week was my gold round that everybody's got on the list to win tonight. So
oh, that's right.
It was the biggest seller, the biggest seller of the week. I had 24, and I had to bring one back so I'd have it to send to somebody tomorrow when they win it.
Well,
So,
that's cool. That way they wouldn't have to wait for you to produce more, right?
Well, I didn't want them to have to wait on me to make some more because it's hot in South Carolina. I go out and work at 9 o'clock at night and work till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, geez.
That's the only time I'm in my garage that I can get cool enough to actually survive out there because during the day it's terrible.
All right, because you make these at home. In your garage you make these, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I built the machine in my garage, and I've made it all, and I keep making new pieces. The latest thing is I made an air suction box that I pull my molds down onto for my little flaps and different pieces. And once you pull it down onto that, you hit the vacuum and it sucks the mold down on the plastic down onto the mold, and you just take the router and chop the piece out. Manually, they were taking me, I was doing 5 pieces in 30 minutes, and now in an hour I turn out 60.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little bit different thing. I can make a part a minute of these flaps to put things on. If you've seen the Toby, I think y'all seen it up there this weekend.
Yep.
And those brackets that mounted on and stuff, those are the brackets that I make with my router now.
Okay.
So it's able to get them a lot more precise.
I got you.
So,
and now,
yeah.
When did you start doing this? Start making your own equipment?
Okay. I started making my own equipment when I was long time ago, years ago. But the ABS, I started, our first ABS was about May of last year. So we're about a little over a year old at this point right now. We're stepped up to that point. And, we have a pretty good little line of stuff, starting from the bottom up, from the gold ram all the way up to today. I finished yesterday, topping out on my newest high banker that runs on a regular, 1.5-inch pump, kind of at an idle. It doesn't need much water, but it'll run on 1.5 inches. And if I had a huge electric pump, I might try it on that. But, it's running on a 2-inch pump at idle, and it's just ripping gold out. And new pictures of it on my Facebook if anybody wants to go look at it. A little video of it running and seeing what it's doing and how it churns up the water.
That's cool.
And it's a slide down design. And you wash the stuff in the box, and everything comes sliding down over the screen.
Right.
And we wash the screen on a 3/32 is what we're doing because the gold's fine here. We don't find anything bigger. Somebody's wanting one bigger screen because they're in a bigger gold area, then I would fix it for that or something. So, but here in the Southeast, we go for little fine stuff.
That's cool.
It pays a lot better.
So
But the new box caught 2 nuggets today. It caught 2 nuggets in the top trap, right in the very top of it. It started in yesterday in that test. So we're happy with it. I mean, like I say, here's a video shows it. I'll be doing more this week. I'm taking the grandkids, like I say, to out to Vane Mountain and probably by Thermal City to check on them and that kind of thing. We're talking 45 minutes from home. I mean, it's pretty easy to run up there and check on all my friends up in that area.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely easier. But what made you...
anybody...
What?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Anybody needs any of my stuff now, go see them at Thermal City. They got a wall full of it up there that they'll help you with. And Todd Martin's got it, and Miners Depot, and several dealers across the country. And we're trying to get more all the time.
Oh,
so,
heck yeah.
Welcoming the calls. Yes, sir.
You do. So what made you decide to get started making this? I mean, like I said, you've been doing this for years.
It come to this, okay? I was doing... at one time when I was going to Alaska every summer, I went 11 summers for Cripple River. And when I was going up, my eBay page, Spike's Gold, was selling California sluice box stuff, which is basically made the same way as my stuff, the same process, but, complete different molds and all that, So it's not the idea that they come up with or anybody else. The drop riffle come up like 200 years ago. So that's the idea behind that, And then I've added other things. I've got hex indicators. I've added the spike strikes, and just things that I thought would make work, and it has worked and done what I expected. Everything I do, I test with lead over and over and over until I'm perfectly happy with it, and then it gets gold to it. And if it won't hold lead 100%, it's no way I'm going to ever put gold to it or send it out of door.
I got you.
So that's just my way of testing every piece of equipment. But basically what it comes down to is the guys out there had sold out, and they weren't going to start back, I don't think. And I asked if I could buy equipment, and they said, well, we're not ready, set up to really move nothing and do this or whatever. I don't know the whole situation, but I just said, well, it can't be that hard. I think I'm going to figure it out. So I went and found me a mentor at a local place here, and me and him got to be buddies, and he took me in his plant and showed me a lot and got me started. And from there, I'm set up I have a prototype machine here at home to build prototypes and to build small quantities. And I have a big manufacturer in Greenville that I can carry 6 molds over and hand them to him. He'll put 6 parts on at a time, and every time that machine comes around, 18 pieces are coming out because it's a 3-stage machine. Sure. So I get an order for 100. I can fill it within a couple or 3 days, by him knocking them out for me, because he's got a huge machine. I mean, this thing fills up, 30 by 30 room almost, his machine.
Yeah, that's huge.
I wouldn't want his power bill. Mine's bad enough. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. When you power bill, when you heat plastic to 300 degrees to work it and pull it at a vacuum, your power bill knows about it. Okay, it knows about that. Really does. So,
you're gonna have to figure.
But basically, I couldn't get product, and I'd always used that equipment in Alaska. I've used drop riffle sluice in Alaska on the beach and called beach gold. Wow. So I know what they'll do, and so. It was just a no-brainer that if they weren't filling a market, and Angus is all the way in Canada, and it's hard to get his stuff here without the cost being so high. My stuff on the East Coast, the prices are great for shipping and stuff, but when it goes west, be prepared. I can't help it. It's the size of the box. It's not the weight. I mean, the stuff is so light, but when the boxes get sized up, that's when the weight gets up on them. And I sent a box with 2 sluices in it to California yesterday from Cleveland, Georgia. I took it into town and sent it out, and it was $43 postage.
Man,
then he wanted it, and he wanted it right then. You know what I mean? 2 days. So I run into town with it, and took it and put it in the mail. That kind of deal. We try to get it out quick as we can. And most time everything's available. Right this minute I'm cleaned out on some stuff, but I'll start building again tomorrow night. So. Tonight's not going to get any parts built. I can tell you that. That ain't happening. So.
No, I wouldn't see that happening either. Not after an outing. You got to rest tonight and then back to production tomorrow, right?
Well, it sounds like
tomorrow
you need
night,
some West Coast vendors.
I do. I need West Coast vendors. I need West Coast dealers. I need to get out and do the West Coast gold shows, in the future. That's what my plan is down the road. But like I say, if we got any West Coast dealers out there that are looking to add a line, I've got all my stuff, and you can look at it on my website, spike-strike.com. And I know people say, well, why didn't you get spikestrike.com? Go look it up. $2,800.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, $2,800 for Spike Strike. So I figured Spike-Strike would
Why
have
not?
to do, folks.
That'll work. Spike hyphen.
Yeah, and I got Spikestrikesluices.com also. I use both of those. And got my YouTube channel, which doesn't have a lot of people on it, but I'd love to have more. Spike Strike Prospecting Equipment. Spike Littlejohn. It works out on one of them. I don't know which way it goes in. And I got a bone to pick with all these people, dude.
Well, what might that be?
Well, okay, now here, when you announced I was going to give away this thing for y'all about, a month ago or almost?
It's been a month, about a month, yep.
Yeah. Okay, and in that month, there's been a total of 6 people to do friends to me.
Are you kidding me?
Now, I'm just wondering, what in the world is going on with this? Are y'all not that friendly? Or what in the world's going on? I got to check you out. I'm wondering, is there something wrong? Okay, is there something wrong with me?
No, I don't even got a lot of friends, so what does that tell you?
Wait a minute, no.
Wait, when I tell y'all I got 6 friends on here, y'all don't feel bad about this. Y'all need to feel bad. I got 6. That's no joke.
What is
absolute
wrong?
Truth.
Oh, my God, what's wrong with you guys? 6 friends? Come on. This is Gold Prospector space. You're 6 friends. That's almost shameful. It's like...
Yeah, you need to chew on them. I heard you fussing at them last week about something.
Oh,
you got to fuss at these people, I guess, every now and then, looks like. So.
That's amazing.
And we know, a lot of users don't use Facebook. We're talking about goldprospectorspace.com and friending each other and other members and whatnot.
Well, I got 2,300 on Facebook. I had 13 new ones this week.
And 6 on GPS.
They're
guys.
being friendly.
Now, GPS members, this is a little ridiculous. Now, 6. You guys need to start sending friend requests. I do every time we get a new member. I welcome them and send a friend request. So does William, Preston. I think Jaron. All these guys do that. Where's everybody else? That sounds like the 6 that sent Spike a friend request. Right there.
You don't want me to go through this list now. I know you don't want me to do that.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, you can look it up. Hey, you can look it up. You know that.
Oh, that's right. I can
Anyway.
just click on your page and see your friends. That's just terrible,
you
guys.
You can see all 6 of them. Yeah, see?
Oh, my gosh, you guys.
Well, I'll tell you this, because maybe people don't understand how. Obviously, it's a little bit different than... other social media. So you go to the person's profile page on Gold Prospector Space, scroll down about a partial way on the left-hand side, you'll see their name, or send friend request, and then you'll send it. They have to then accept you, and there you got more friends.
Right.
Pretty easy.
And then if you want to send them a message...
Well, I hadn't rejected any.
No, right. You feel bad rejecting anyone when you only got 6. It's like...
Oh, yeah, I'd feel... Yeah, that'd be kind of stupid, wouldn't it?
It would. It's like, I can't reject them. Oh, you have 6.
I'm telling you.
Dang, that's like a record low, Spike. I'm sorry. It's like 6.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, maybe they'll do better. We'll have to see. I just have to see how that works.
The man that sponsored
this
month's
like I say,
giveaway.
I got a whole bunch on the Facebooker list, but
I
y'all
know.
just guys just didn't seem to all want to say, hey, how you doing,
I don't, that's
maybe
kind of weird.
We'll get to work together and get them moving. I'll help you in the future there.
I guess we have to, because that's kind of, I feel bad about that.
See, Kathleen, how to do it too.
See, Kathleen. Oh, no, not you too, Kathleen.
You got my friend request. Let's see if they answer it. Because I've sent friend requests out and nobody's answered.
I've done that too. I've got a lot of requests still pending of like new members that I sent friend requests to. I don't know if they don't see them sometimes or what.
I've got one request, okay?
Uh-huh.
And that's from, y'all know who that's from.
Damn.
Who?
Me.
Shad or Kathleen?
Yeah, see, exactly. It is. It was you, brother. That's the one.
Well, you're up to 7. I feel a little better now.
I've sent a few out. And
Oh, really? And they didn't accept them?
Yeah, I sent a couple out. Well, I got one back.
All right.
One didn't required yet. You know how it works, Yeah. Well, no, wait. I sent 2 out, and neither one of them replied.
Oh, my God.
Never mind.
That's sad.
So everyone, do check the home page. You'll see, like, the friends on the right-hand side right below your name. And when you click on it, it'll show if you have any people requesting, and you can choose to accept or decline.
Yep. Easy enough.
I got 10 now, guys.
Oh,
I got 10 new requests.
Oh, we're
in the double digits.
I think you're going to pass me pretty soon.
Yeah, I got 10 requests. Y'all, I'm telling you now, y'all getting you people more social. That's what it was all about.
Right.
See, socializing.
That's right, socializing. That is what it's about.
They'd have to be around me in person to understand socializing, I'm telling you.
Obviously.
When I done Alaska for those 11 summers, we socialized. Friday night was socializing, and we had a lot of fun. So,
and that's why we're here, to socialize. That's what the site's about.
Yeah.
Socialize. It's a social network.
Exactly.
To where you can
I want to sell equipment like everybody else, but I just want to have friends. I've had some of these friends since, I joined GPAA in 79, and I joined LDMA at 83, and went to my first outing. And I done my first year in Alaska in 99. So, I didn't get to go to Alaska with George, but I did get to go to the Motherlode with him one time, so that was close enough.
I bet that was an experience, wasn't it?
I got more gold out of the Motherlode trip than I got out anywhere I've ever been in my life, except for, another place in Alaska near Nome that we go to some regular. And I've got a 40-acre claim with a buddy up there near out of Nome, near some of our other old guys that had, that were from the GPA, where they got claims around that area too. So. And most of us are out in the wilderness side, away from Nome, going toward the bluff, out where you see the dredgers at. They're going out that direction, and there'll be Solomon River, hang up the Solomon River and go up that way to the Columns. And this is where George, back originally in the early 80s, done the Casa trip that he took people on. That's where that camp is. And people have picked up those claims that are going up there, and now those claims, Steve Phillips actually has got one of those sections that he uses for his camp. And I know some of y'all know Steve from down here in Alabama. So, but yeah, that's where our claim is, in that general area too. We have the rubies. So, and it doesn't pay nothing but nuggets. There's no fine gold.
Really?
There's no fine gold at all. And my buddy went up last summer and spent 30 days there and got 87 nuggets.
Oh my gosh.
And no fine gold. He did not have one piece of fine gold, nothing. No dust or nothing. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And we like it. We want the next claim down the river.
I guess you would like it.
And the one behind that, and the one below that, too, probably, if we can get to it. So
that is awesome.
Anybody ever lets them go, we will grab them up. You know what I mean? So,
man, so how long have you been prospecting, Spike?
Well, I started when I was 9 in Thomasville, North Carolina, with my great-grandfather. And I'm 60 years old, so I guess that's 51 years.
Wow.
And I've done every kind of, I've ocean dredged, river dredged in Alaska, that big old 8, which I hated, because I'm a short guy. I mean, I'm 5'7" guy. You try to put an 8-inch hose between a 5'7" guy's legs and let him try to hold on to that thing and ride y'all. Holy moly, it was like a bucking bronco. And then you asked me about why I build my own equipment a while ago. One thing is, the way you do a cleanup on something sometimes can drive me totally crazy.
Right.
This week, man let me use a hose off of his machine to test my new machine out. He's a great friend. He's a great guy. But he's got a Honcoop high banker.
Okay.
Now, a Honcoop high banker sitting beside my machine, you could not be more drastically different in the way it takes to clean them up. There's miner's moss, which I despise. I mean, I hate that stuff with a I'd set it on fire and burn it just to see if it was gold in it, just to get rid of it. I mean, I just can't stand it. But I just went with drop riffles because I knew it worked. Nobody was supplying the market with what I thought was an innovative idea in the drop riffles. And so that's what I did, to kind of round the whole story around. That's why I started doing the sluices. So,
wow.
Now, Shad had a question.
I'm retired and needed something to keep me busy and make some more money.
There you go. True. Now, Shad, wasn't you going to ask him something about his...
Yeah, so, okay, your great-grandfather got you into prospecting at 9, and, and I also read it on your about page on your website. Tell us a little bit about your great-grandfather. You know, was he a miner back in the day, too, or was it more of a hobby for him?
Well, he was a moonshiner. More than anything. Yeah, he was a moonshiner most of all. In his early life, they were cotton farmers. Early in his life, him and his dad got in a fight, and he shot his dad with a shotgun. Let's see, what else here? Then, like I say, when I was going up there, he was in his 70s. You know, I was by the time I was going up and staying the summers with him, he was up in his 70s. And at 9 years old, he took me down to the creek and had an old metal East-wing gold pan and helped up on the mantle up there and brought that thing with him. We carried it down. We didn't have tubs back then. That's before we knew what tubs were. We didn't have plastic pans. Mm-hmm. You know, it was what you had. And he took me down. He showed me how, and he said, "You just take that gravel, scoop it up, and do this, and dump it in that old metal wash tub over there." I said, "Yes, sir." And so I'd stay down there and do that all day long, you know, pan and dump. And I'd say, "Where are you going?" He said, "Well, I'm going to go down the creek down here and do something, and I'll be back after a while." And I snuck down to the creek one day to see what he was doing, and I found out what he was doing down the creek. He was making the moonshine while I was up there making the gold. I thought the old man had it figured out pretty good. So, yeah, he was a hoot.
Oh, my goodness.
I went up when he was, I don't know, probably 78, and he wanted to go squirrel hunting. He said, "Son, I want to go squirrel hunting." He said, "Will you go with me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll go." And he said, "Here, let me get this." And he reached up over the fireplace and got a box of 22s, a box of 410s, fixed up to two guns off the rack up there. Got to the porch, and his son grabbed a wheelbarrow. I said, "What?" He said, "Grab that wheelbarrow and let's go." And we took the wheelbarrow, and I followed him along. I mean, I'm going to do what Great-Grandpa said, and
Right.
Great-Grandpa Lawson told me to take the wheelbarrow. I took it, and I was glad I did.
Mm-hmm.
He filled that wheelbarrow completely full of squirrels. And then we come back and pulled up to the porch, and he pulled that wheelbarrow up, and I got me sat down, drunk some cold water, and he got him something in a jar and drank it over there. And next thing you know, he said, "Son, you know what you're going to learn next?" And I said, "What's that, Grandpa?" He said, "You're going to learn how to clean them squirrels and put them in plastic bags so I can freeze them." And I had a wheelbarrow full of squirrels to clean. That was my great-grandpa.
And you learned how to clean squirrels, didn't you?
On the job.
I learned quick. You learn quick, buddy. Yeah.
Man, that is
But
awesome.
yeah, he was a lot of fun. Yeah, he lived to be 93, folks.
Oh,
he lived
geez.
here real close. He lived within a mile and a half of me when he was living here, and when he moved here with us, close. He would live with my aunt, and he lived to be 93. Got up one morning and ate breakfast. Walked off the porch in his overalls, barefoot, with his walking stick around the house to the building, and well, I don't know what he done in the building, but I think he might have had a nip and come back around and got up on the porch, and he sat down in his rocking chair in his bare feet, and as always, every car that rode by, he waved at on this road. This is a pretty busy road, and he's about 100 feet off the road, sitting on the porch in the rocking chair, and he rocked twice, and the second time back, he stopped, and my aunt says, "Something's wrong." So she walked out the door, and Great-Grandpa was on a backstroke on that rocking chair with the sun shining in his face, and he was dead as a doornail.
Oh, my goodness.
And she said, "I just called him and told him to come get him because there wasn't nothing I could do to help him.
Right.
He was about a 80-pound man,
Wow.
and she couldn't deal with it. And so she said, "I knew he was dead. There was nothing I could do." But he went peaceful.
Right,
he went
yeah.
happy. And he went doing what he wanted to
Exactly.
do, sitting there in his bare feet.
Yep.
So,
In
I
his
think
overalls.
If you can go out that way, you can go out pretty happy.
That's right. I
That's
agree.
It beats some tragic way to go, don't it, folks?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Man, that's
Never sick in his life.
No
never.
kidding. There's that.
Just fell over at 93. He just gave out.
That's a lot. That's a lot of good years, though. 93 today.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. It really
He
is.
didn't spend much time in jail for shooting his for his dad either, so that wasn't too bad.
Not much.
But he shot him over a bale. He shot him over a bale of cotton. Okay, that's what the deal was.
Over a bale
He
of cotton.
picked the cotton, and Dad tried to take it from him, and they got mad, got in a fight, and he shot his dad over a bale of cotton. So,
God.
yeah, I'm not that hard to dicker with, folks. Remember that.
a bale of cotton, I hope. My
I had a
goodness.
big sale going this weekend down at the camp. Everything was on sale. I was cutting some nice deals for people, so
That's
trying to get them some good stuff out there.
See, that's great. You've
Yeah,
you've
well,
done
the
a
gold
lot.
round took off, man. It did. The gold round was unbelievable, and people are talking about, that thing cleans out in 45 seconds, and it's a whole pan of material. And I said, well, I told you that's what it was going to do. You know, and the kid come back to me, and he says, you know, I can run a half a bucket in that thing in a minute.
See, that's
well,
sweet.
that's pretty good, ain't it?
Yeah, somebody had one down there, and they were supposed to show it to us, and I never got a chance to see it. So it's
okay.
I'll get to see it next time, I reckon. Yeah, I was so busy. It's like
I sent one of them to John. Actually, I sent one to John when I seen him the other machines. He bought one of the Tubbies, the Toby concentrator, and brought it up there to y'all's event.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I think I threw him one in the box because he was the first one to buy the Tubby, and the first guy got a Tubby got a free gold ram with it. So,
okay. That's cool.
You never know when I might do something crazy like that. I might throw in a piece that's got a reject there's something wrong with, and as an extra,
Right.
So,
and that's cool.
Everything doesn't come out perfect. That's the way this world works. You deal with moisture, heat issues, and the moisture is the craziest.
Is it?
You ready for 0.6%? 0.6% moisture makes plastic bubble.
Really?
Because the water at 0.6% has to bubble out before it's going to go anywhere, because it's the boiling point. So you got to bubble or something's got to happen.
Wow.
And it makes some really cool distortions sometimes, and I found out from my manufacturer when I went over there the other day to ask him what the heck was going on. He said, it works. It looks fun. It doesn't look, some people love it and some people don't. Some love the smooth. He said, but something? He took a hammer and he smashed it, and he says, it's harder than the other stuff.
I'll be darned.
Oh, the gold ram, see? Now, unless you're a great big old guy, you can lay that gold ram on the ground and stand on it.
Okay.
Just like George used to do the gold pan when he first brought out the green pans.
Right.
Yep. You can lay it on the floor and stand on it. Spread your feet out and just put them right on top. Now, I go about 175, and I can stand on it in front of people all day when they walk up to look at one. So,
see, that's pretty cool.
You don't take it apart. You don't have to take it apart, or you can't take it apart. And then if you put it together, if you had something like that and you put it together, you probably never would take it apart anyway, unless you were just having to go somewhere real tight.
Okay.
Like a backpack or something, And the way mine's made, you can fill it full of stuff and still get in the backpack and not take up that much space. So, I'm not hurting anything by not being breakable.
Right.
Except when you go to ship it, it's 33 inches long, so it has to be in a big old long box.
Yes. You can't just slap a sticker on it and mail it without putting it in a box?
Well, I tell you, somebody asked me this weekend if I could find a way to make them fold, and I said, I wished I could, but I could trust, but I can't find a way to make it I'd trust yet. I'd have to think about this a while.
Yeah.
That's another project for another day. And she suggested that to get my shipping costs down. That was the reason for that. So.
Well, right, exactly.
And that was one of my other dealers. That was actually Tammy down at Chris and mine.
Okay.
Who suggested that to me. Says, you ought to try to find a way to get it to fit in a smaller box. I said, well, I've been trying. Everything but make it shrink and get bigger when they get there and get it wet. I mean, I can't do that.
Yeah, that would work too. Yeah, that way it's expandable. I don't know, Spike.
It'd be like I could be like a sponge. See, I could send it to a small, and when it got wet, it'd get big. That'd be great. I mean, if I could invent that, I'd be a rich man, folks. Y'all never hear from me again. Yeah,
you wouldn't be worried about them 6 friend requests. It's like,
them 6 friends wouldn't even want to talk to me anymore. Oh no, excuse me, I wouldn't want to talk to them anymore. Never mind.
That's right. See.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
there you go.
Let's take a quick break. We'll do a commercial real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, American Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights. Rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
Just stopped by on my way home to show you all my gold.
You've been digging into some Jimbo's gold pay dirt.
Yeah, Jimbo's gold made me a hero.
Huh?
Got an amazing idea and supplies on sale from Jimbo's website. With bad weather, bored kids, and stressed wife, I threw a panning party for the kids and their friends. All the moms got a break, kids had a blast. Hero.
Happy kids, happy wife, great gold. That's why Jimbo's gold is always my first choice.
Did you teach panning or share your prospecting knowledge? Then you are our hero. Tell us your story for a chance to receive a hero's reward at www.jimbosgold.com/hero.
All right, everybody, we're back with our special guest tonight, Spike Littlejohn. All right, Spike. So now you was telling me a little story when I talked to you a while back about, didn't you meet your wife or something down at the gold camp?
Yeah, Tim. In 2001, I was separated from my wife I'd been married to for 25 years. And I met Christine Olson, and she was the bookkeeper and accounting manager and human resources manager at the GPAA when I met her at the time. And we met on the front porch at Cripple River at the camp, 15 miles down the beach out of Nome. I come riding into camp on an ATV with 2 large pizzas wrapped up in plastic bags that I'd let cool and brought from camp.
Right.
The secret to taking pizza to camp, you buy it and tell them, say, let it sit up there and get cold. And the man looks at you like you're crazy. But you do. You let it get cold. And when it gets cold, you wrap it up. Because if you try to ride down the beach on an ATV with a pizza that's hot, you will have to eat most of it off the top of the box, inside. Yeah, but you put double plastic bags to keep the sand out of it, and you just take off down the beach, and when you get to camp, you fire the barbecue grill up, throw a piece of foil on it, and you got pizza better than it was if you'd ate it in town. So that's how I met her, is on the porch. It was me and her, and walked up on her, and it was Louise, which used to be the lady that was the coordinator for the Alaska trip back in those days. So that was in 2000 actually. Okay. And in 2001, we were both separated. And we met again, and it was kind of that summer of love, I guess you could say, So put it this way: I moved to California in September. So what does that tell you? I got in my truck and left South Carolina and drove to Ohio, done the Gold Show, and left the Gold Show in Ohio, and went to I actually done the Dahlonega Gold Show, then the Ohio Gold Show that year in 2001, and then from there on to went to Corey's house and moved in with my buddy Corey. And y'all know, I know everybody knows Corey, but with the GPAA. And I moved in with Corey Rudolph out there, and I stayed with Corey for about 6 months maybe. I was working around doing plumbing work and working at the office doing gold and doing I was doing the sales for the Alaska trip a lot at all the gold shows,
Right.
and I've done that for about 3 years. Done all the gold shows and done all the Alaska sales, and that was a lot of fun. And then things changed, and they wanted to go a different direction, and they just got to keep going in different directions. Look like so, the direction they are right now is closed. So yeah,
Gotcha. I gotcha. Oh mercy!
Yeah,
Now,
that's
Spike,
what
your
that's what's
stories
happening
are-
up there. It is closed, So
Oh lordy!
Well,
Kathleen.
Spike, your stories are really great. And then I read something where you have Spike keep it simple prospecting methods. What?
yeah, I
Tell us
wrote
about
that.
that.
It's it's a little thing I done. There's 2 chapters to it, and I do a seminar a lot of times. Like GPA had a boot camp deal back in the last year in the summer, and 2 weeks, 2 different weeks, and so I taught classes for that. And that's one of my classes is Spike Simple Prospecting. And I started off the first thing with, okay, walk up to the rack to get a shovel. First thing you're gonna look at, and what's the first thing you're gonna do? First thing I'm gonna do is look for the lightest shovel on that rack, because they all move the same amount of dirt, and it won't make much difference, and you ain't supposed to lean on it the way to break it or pry with it. You're supposed to use a different tool for that. So get a shovel that's lightweight you can move dirt with, and that starts the game in the right direction. I mean, just makes sense. And then from there, you do everything the simplest way possible. And from that, I mean, if you can do concentrates, okay, if I had tailings right now from my high banker and I had a whole wad of them and I wanted to run them, I'd run them through my Toby concentrator, because it takes off the rocks and I don't have to screen anything. No screening involved at all. So I'm going from that to that, and then from there I take it and I go through that, and it sits on the bucket and it takes out all the little specks. I mean, these crazy guys down in Georgia I know these Georgia boys, they got a rock crusher they had built down there with a hydraulic jack in it, and they were selling to people. And they got bored, so they got over there and started picking rocks up in the yard at the Loud Mine and crushing them in the crusher. Then he come around and asked me, he said, I want to know something. He said, can I run that stuff through that thing and see if I can catch gold? And I said, well, sure. So I was ready to clean it up anyway. I just tilted it on his side, turned the water on it, and it run right in a pan clean, and it was ready to go. And he went, wow, is that clean that fast? I said, yep, done. Here, let me hook the bolts back up for you. So I bolted it back on to get it to run for him, and he got that stuff and brought it around there after he had screened it. He run it through, and he crushed them rocks up good, with that little hydraulic jack deal, with a little metal box he built on it. And he had gold so fine in that bucket sluice, the big bucket sluice I've got, it's like 5 inches wide, that you could see it with a loop. The micro, a little loop to look through.
Right.
The gold was that fine. I mean, there was some in there that was you could see, but there was some so fine that you had to look with that to see it. But it was in there in those little hexagons, which I call the indicator hexagons. It's indicator hexes is what I use them for. If you're in a material that's got real fine gold in it, it will start showing up in that material in there. So I hope everybody enjoyed the Toby up there this weekend. I was waiting to hear John's report on that thing, what he had and how it worked out with everybody. So
he said it did good. That's for sure. He said he ran a little bit through it and he seen color. So a couple peppery pieces and then some real fine. So he's happy as can be.
Yeah. Well, we moving up. We're moving to the new high bankers called the double strike. It's 12 inches wide, and it's got about 4 inches deep, and the water only runs about 1 inch deep in it when it's running, because there's nothing makes the water come up. The water drops down. Everything's drop riffles.
Right.
So we got all this action going on, and it's catching gold from top to bottom. The main sluice is 12 by 38. The top box is about 30 or no, probably about 28 by 11 and a half.
Okay.
And that's so it'll nest inside the other piece real neat for you, so you don't have to a double stack of stuff to haul. It's just one night nested piece of stuff. So we're getting there. Few adjustments to make this week. Going to put a swing on the water where we can bring it from any direction. And other than that, we're going to take it up to the camp and give it a run Tuesday probably, and see what we can get out of it.
Sure.
I got all the bars glued together now, so it won't fly apart, and I took all the straps off of it, so we're ready to go.
It's ready. Now, do you?
Yeah,
do you got any more
Go ahead.
products?
I'm sorry.
You got any more products in mind for the future that you're just thinking about, but you're not ready to talk about yet?
Well, I'll bounce. I'm thinking of a dredge down the road.
Oh, okay.
I can build a dredge so light with my sluice box, and I hold so little material that I'm gonna be able to make, if nothing else, a suction nozzle dredge. To where it's got a crash box, and I'll put a crash box on one of these 12-inch boxes, and you could crash box into it. And the stands I use are made in Oklahoma by the same guy that makes them for Mike Pung out at his gold cubes.
Right.
So he's the one that makes all the stands. He's about the best guy, in the country we've had. Nobody's told me of a guy better. So that's who I'm working with too. And I had a batch made this week, and Todd helped me get those moving over, moving here. So
that's good.
That was a real blessing, and I made my unit to fit completely on that stand. I mean, it fills it up completely. Right. Now the small concentrator doesn't fill up the stand, so I kind of looked at it this way. The stand is a nice piece, okay? And on the small concentrator, it's a really nice piece, but I can sell a guy that concentrator for $75 less if he wants to put it on a tub when I get it to him.
Oh.
So
that's
say
cool.
For $200 or $229, I think it is for the whole thing.
Right.
Pump, hose, the whole works. All they do is add a $6 tub when they get to Lowe's and drill 4 holes in it, and you're ready to go. Right. I mean, that's your system's done. I mean, you got the machine, and that's it.
That makes sense.
Run it. It's got a 3/4 hose, 750 pump, and it'll run any concentrate pretty much just the same as you would run with a cube, except you don't have to classify, which is. I hate classifying more than anything. And that's also, that was my other thing. I've been trying to come up with a way to classify material without having to use my arms. And so that's the other way. We're working on the ideas. I don't know what'll happen, but one day
without
I'll come up
using
with
your
that.
arms?
Yeah, that's what he said,
I mean, why don't I might put it with a kick pedal. That'll work okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I got a battery sitting here anyway. Okay, y'all ready for this? Let's set my display up on Tuesday. And I tore it down this morning, okay? I took my two RV batteries and I set them down and I run the pumps off. And I had three pumps, sometimes 4 running of these smaller, like 500, 750 pumps, that kind of thing on my stuff, that I was running there at the front, at the display, my main display.
Right.
Those batteries ran all week long and never had a charger touch to them.
Wow.
And they ran every day from the time I got up in the morning, walked out and opened up, at 8 o'clock, with the people doing their breakfast till, the night when it was over and I closed it up. So, it's running on a regular battery. But if you want to do that, you get a big, strong buddy to help you because you're going to need him to tote that battery in the woods. But I've got, those little jump boxes that you can get to jump a car off with.
Yeah.
I can run my machine 6 hours on one of them, and that's just long enough for me to be happy and go back to the truck and go home.
Oh, sure.
So that's what I found is one of them with a plug into it, get you 12 volts off of it, run your pump, and all my systems, I'm including this real nice purple valve in now. It's got a purple back says not to drink the water. I think that's a pretty good idea. So we got those, and also going in a new process this week, we're going to try dyeing all the plastic nylon hardware I use. I use nylon hardware, to put things together.
Right.
And that way it don't rust, it don't corrode, and, it lasts, and, it's tough. Mm-hmm. And I used to race radio control cars at a very high level many years ago, like 20 years ago. And we used to, to make a car look real good, you'd take like a white plastic part on it and you'd dye it.
Okay.
So I'm fixing to go to dyeing nylon nuts and bolts and try to purple. It'd be really easy to see on the ground if you drop one. There's not many things purple laying around on the ground. No. So that's my idea.
Yeah, unless you're Dennis. Yeah, then everything's purple.
What's that? Well, I had one woman to tell me, says, that might be really help the women who want to buy that machine. I said, well, if you pick it up and move it around, ma'am, you'd be really happy to know that you can move it by yourself with one hand. Because I got my concentrator it weighs like 3 pounds. So you put the legs on it. Yeah, it's 3 pounds of unit. That's about it. And then when you sit the legs on it, it goes to 12.
You don't have to be my Sherpa anymore if you get me that equipment.
We'll see.
She could just grab it with one arm and go on her way. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know if y'all haven't seen it yet. I don't think the new video I put out today was some people's reactions down at the camp talking about my gold ram and talking about the new high banker. And I put them on Facebook today, but the guy's standing there holding a shovel. It's my 30-year-old shovel. It's at least 30 years old. And the gold ram is on the handle of it, sitting down on the bottom of the shovel. And so you talking about a perfect way to go to the woods. You go with that thing slid down over the shovel handle, as you can imagine, with it sitting down on the bottom.
Right.
You got a shovel for a stick to walk with. You carry a bucket and a Gatorade jar. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
To clean it and work with it. That's it, a Gatorade jar. I mean, to wash it out with when you get ready to wash. You lay it on a 45 into a tub, into a bucket or a tub or a pan. You pour the Gatorade bottle through it. It's in, and you're back to work. I mean, it's just that quick. And it works on my 8-inch sluices I sell, the little 5-inch sluice I sell for the kids called the Spike.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Spike, that's a cool name, I thought, for a kid's sluice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it's a cool little sluice for the kids, So it's about almost 2.5 foot long,
Okay.
So, but it gives them something of their own. I've had several grandparents buy them to take them home and give the grandkids. So. That helped make the weekend go better too. You know how that works. So
no, that's a great idea. I like that. That's perfect.
Well, that's a $49.95. Sluice. And it's done. And then it's only $59 to get one that's 8 inches wide.
Right.
So we're trying to keep the prices down and trying to keep the freight down. And I'll be honest with you, folks. Go to my eBay site because the shipping options are better, and you'll save money on the shipping.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's worth it to do that rather than go to my regular website and get all the information you want, and send me a message and tell me whatever. But just it's better for you to go through the eBay site and get a better shipping rate because you got more options. And if you're not in a hurry and you're in the West, you can wait on it, put it on parcel. I'll get it out as soon as I can, and you won't be but another day or two getting it, and it won't be worth $43.
Now, what about
that's crazy.
Now, Spike, what about like on Amazon? Do you sell them on Amazon yet?
No, sir, I haven't gone to Amazon.
Are you thinking about
I've got somebody that does Amazon, and I think I'm going to let her start carrying them on her Amazon.
Okay.
Because Amazon is pretty expensive to set up and do, to get going. And the monthly fee.
Gotcha.
It's a monthly fee plus percentages, and, I'm not ready to go to that. So
I gotcha.
I have my website that processes cards and does everything through it if they don't want to go that way.
Right.
Or if they want, or they can go through the eBay, like I say, it's Spike Gold is my eBay.
Okay.
And that's the way what it goes under. And I got, when we get off here, go in and turn everything back on and relist it because I let it all go off over the weekend while I was gone.
Right.
Last week, I didn't want anybody ordering anything and me not be able to get it out the door, so I let it close the auctions last week.
Okay.
So, but I'm going to put everything back on tonight, first thing in the morning, get them all back on the eBay thing there. I just didn't want any confusion, people's stuff not being able to get out. And I shipped one from Cleveland, Georgia, but I couldn't do that every day.
No.
And, eBay orders can sometimes be pretty steady, and that helps. So
that's good.
I started eBay really about 6 weeks ago, and it's picked up steadily every week, another handful every week.
Sure.
So I'm happy to have it. So.
Oh, yeah. People use it a lot.
It's keeping me busy running to Greenville to pick up plastic, that's for sure.
Bet.
So,
now, are you thinking of maybe what about a pan in the future? Thinking about that?
No, I probably won't. No, I won't be there. I don't think I'll ever do a pan.
Never
do
a pan.
Right? I don't see it in my delight.
Okay. What about?
First of all, my machine cannot do a pan.
Oh,
because
okay.
pans have reverse, riffles or stuff in them that you have to do with injection molding.
Oh, okay.
And the only way you're going to get those is with injection. And my buddy Todd Martin has got a pan that's probably one of the best little pans in the world. His little 8-inch finishing pan.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't improve on that. I mean, I really can't. I've tried it in his pan, and I love it. I use a 12-inch pan normally for all my prospecting when I'm going up the river.
Right.
Like, if you start up the river to go prospecting, what you going to take with you? I'm going to take a 12-inch pan. It's a Garrett, and a 12-inch Garrett, another Garrett pan in the top of it that's got maybe 100 quarter-inch holes drilled in it.
Okay.
And then it's been used for about 20 years. Wow. So it's real nice and smooth and had a lot of rocks through it. So you can look at that top tray and get it all the material down through that quarter-inch real fast where, it's down to a quarter, and anything above a quarter you can see so fast on the screen that you know that spot's good and it's over your shoulder and gone if nobody's behind you.
Right.
That's what I try to do, just flick it over my back. I did that one day and a guy was behind me. I threw rocks all over him, so I have to watch that in the future. But you do that, and then once you get it dropped to the lower pan, I mean, the lower pan has got nothing but 1/4 inch and smaller stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I see guys spend 7, 8, 9 minutes with that material out of that test in the bank to doing that test.
Right.
And I'm going, that guy's never going to get anywhere up this creek finding the spot where the goodies are.
Uh-huh.
And, you got to take that pan, you got to get the gravel off of it in 15, 20 seconds at the very max and gone. Look through and gone. I mean, about 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time the minute's over, about 40 seconds more, or a minute more at the most, you're done and moving.
Mm-hmm.
And you quite catalog in your mind what that spot done. And you just dump it in what you had in the pan in a bucket and keep going. And with my go ram, I just dump it into the thing and keep moving up.
Right.
And you can sample 9 spots going up the river in 20 minutes, because it takes a minute to move between spots and a minute to sample a spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the way I move up a river, and that's the way you cover ground, because you can't spend 10 minutes in one spot sampling. I mean, especially when you're like in Alaska, there's 2,300 acres up there. I mean, how am I going to cover any land? And my claim's 40 acres. How am I going to cover that working that slow?
Right.
You just can't do it. I mean, you got to work a different way. I mean, and that's part of the simple process. Like she had asked me about was my simple process, but that's part of what I teach in my class is how to sample fast and why to sample fast and why it doesn't do any good to wait 9 minutes to look for 4 flakes of gold. If they were there, you'll keep them in that minute and you'll know it. If you can't keep them in a minute, then you need to go back and practice, because that's not, you should be able to keep the gold in a pan within a minute.
Gotcha.
No matter what size it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, realistically, where you can see it. I mean, be able to get it in, fan it back, bring it, tap the pan. Now, I use tapping motion. Everybody does it different.
Sure.
But I do my stuff rolling around, and then I tap, and when I tap, I can bring all the gold right out of the little black sand it's in its front edge, and I see it right away.
Okay.
I catalog what I see in my mind, and I move.
Okay.
I don't stay there. I move. Unless it's really good, I'm going to, I'm going to test 3 to 4 spots before I start digging a thing. That's just
your decision.
when I'm out, in a raw area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just can't take the first hole you stick a shovel in. That never works. Well, if it does work, it's because somebody helped you or you've done that before, that
Right.
helps too. So,
Man, cool.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
The way you're-
I got called an interstate miner last week. I slipped off and mined one afternoon, and I went over to the highway over here and had the wife drop me off out of the truck.
Uh-huh.
And slid down the bank with one of those Toby concentrators.
Right.
And I carried it in the ditch, the concrete culvert that runs under the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs 180 to 200 feet long.
Oh, jeez.
Between the rest area on one side and then the bog on the other side.
Okay.
And it's got some of the biggest old wide cracks and places in it. Just all I'm doing is watching, make sure it don't come a rainstorm while I'm in that thing one day. And other than that, I set my little tubby up and just went to work. And I spent the whole day in there just, doing my thing. It was so I got called an interstate miner by doing that, and I got to looking on the way home from loud mine, and I picked out 5 more spots going that way. I'm gonna try now. So, hey, when you slide down the bank and the wife drives off in the truck, and it's nice and quiet, you run an electric piece of equipment with a 750 motor.
Mm-hmm.
The battery's the size of your wallet. I mean,
Oh, that's
you're
cool.
pretty traveling pretty light.
Yeah, you are.
To do what you need to do, and 2-3 hours later, cause they, honey, I'm ready. I'll be laying on the bank. You be laying on the bank. When she pulls up, you hear her pull the truck up to the spot. And when she pulls up, you just get up off the ground, get in the truck, drive away.
There you go.
So
Hopefully
that's called interstate mining, folks.
mining.
Everybody ought to try it.
That sounds like an experience, actually. Did you get any gold?
Well, hey. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting gold every time I go up there. I wouldn't keep going. I mean, I'm not that stupid. I went to Alaska 11 summers. You don't think I got gold every summer? No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I did not. Actually, there were summers I didn't get a darn bit because I worked the whole summer, okay?
Really?
When I was at Cripple River, Cripple River, I put in all the water system at Cripple River, the fire system that, had the fire hydrants to blow the fireplace ever caught on fire.
Right.
And then if I didn't go, they wouldn't hook it up. If I didn't go one year, they wouldn't hook it up.
Unreal.
Yeah, no joke.
Wow.
And the river, I put a well in to pump the water up to the camp, so we had fresh, clean water, fresh
cows,
water
right?
at the camp with no salt in it.
Right.
And, and then I was at Catchmark 2 years, which was for me the life of probably the most best 2 years of my life. I think me and the wife is together up there, ran the camp for 2 years, and done about 20 people a week, and kept them there all week, took care of them, had day visitors in, and it was one of them places. I had a pretty good sized area there between the creeks and, in that area in there in Stella, that's about 2 miles, 2.5 miles of a river area, and, off of it. And I had the area pretty stoked because somebody come riding in the camp, and I'd say, okay, what you want to work? And he said, well, I want to work big spot. And I said, well, okay, you and your buddy working together? Yeah. So I'd take them across the creek. Say, if you clean off this tundra, you can have that gravel layer right there.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to clean the tundra off to get to it. Don't tunnel under it. I said, you got to clean it off before you can get to it.
Okay.
And then another one, I'd take them to a hole, and I say, you see that gravel layer right there? Now, that's the gravel that's paying. That stuff above it don't give nothing. And I mean, keep going below it till it stops paying. I mean, every coal on the whole place, I knew. I'd been there after 2 years. I'd figured out where the goal was, how to get to it. And so every evening, I knock off about 8 o'clock doing all my normal chores around the place.
Mm-hmm.
I go down and sit on the riverbank with a sluice and run a sluice in my little spot right in front of my house.
Right.
Right on the side of the riverbank, pulling hunks of fractured slate.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
It was a lot of fun. Had some good years. I mean, had good years on the beach. Had a great year on the beach 1 year, and had a good year at Stella 1 year. Found a 1/4 ounce nugget. I mean, that's a pretty good sized nugget.
Yes, it is.
If you look on my Facebook, you'll see it. It looks like a chiclet. It looks like a chiclet, like a piece of gum.
Does it really?
It's exactly what it looks like. Well, yeah, it does. It's thick. It's thick and it's like kind of bulgy like that. I mean, it, honest to God, looks like a piece of chiclet gum. I mean, the shape of it. It's kind of funky, but it weighs just barely under the 1/4 ounce. And I pulled it up with a 4-inch dredge, a keen. I seen it go up the hose.
Oh, wow.
And when I did, I thought it was flat.
Right.
And I said, oh, no. And I dropped the hose and ran to the dredge, pulled the flap up, and that sucker was 2 inches inside the dredge laying there on the metal.
Oh.
It hadn't even went off the metal. It come through the flare, landed on the metal, and went about 2 inches in the dredge and stopped. And that was where it was laying when I looked in. And I was doing the gold dance like some fool never seen in her life. In a wetsuit, I'm in a wetsuit with hoses hooked to me doing the gold dance in the middle of the stupid Stella Creek.
Oh, I don't blame you. I bet
you just
you
say,
was.
I went somewhere somebody hadn't been. I mean, it's just, that's the whole point of it. You got to, there's always those places somebody hasn't found or something,
Right.
And like East Coast guys like us, this area was mined, but it was mined the 1700s, early 1800s. Those people left a lot of stuff here because they were crude. If you go up around Vane Mountain and somebody lets you, there's all kind of places on the side of the road where you see these tailings piles, where on the sides of the roads going up to there where they had dug these trenches and worked and stuff.
Right.
I have tested in spots on those tailing piles. The tailing piles that got gold, all they was going for the big stuff.
Right.
They were going for the biggies. They didn't care about all that little stuff that we're taking now and being very happy with.
Exactly.
So, oh yeah, 1700 it was pickable. I mean, just like here, it was picking up like California was in 1840.
Right.
I mean, it was walk along and pick it up out the creek. That's the way it was for a while.
Right.
And then the easy gold's gone and all the hard stuff comes. And then the bad thing was the guys that got the easy gold didn't know enough to tell you how to go around the hard gold. Because if you knew where the easy gold come from, you could have followed it right back to the hard fine gold. Yep. If you think about that a minute.
Yeah,
so
it makes sense.
Maybe the smart ones did do that. Maybe the smart ones did do that. So you could always follow. Out in California, you can always follow it just back to the lode almost every time if you follow it far enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then also, with all those huge bars of gravel they got out there that's changed directions over the eons. Some of them's 100 feet in the darn air, and they full of river rock. So when I see river rock 100 feet in the air and within a layer of something, it's got to come out to me. It's going to me to look at something. So.
Yeah. I'll be darned. So where's been your favoriteest place to prospect? Would it have been Alaska?
Oh, yeah. Alaska's definitely my favorite. I mean, I've had such good years. I mean, I've had 10 ounces in 3-day summers, in the beach. I done that during a storm. I done that in a storm, and everybody laughed at me because I was doing it. Okay, I'm driving out of town with a load of people in a truck. I'm bringing them along the beach, and the storm had come along, and it's what I call a sucker storm in Nome. It sucks everything on the beach off the beach, and it kind of leaves it heavy there. I mean, there'll be black spots and all this, but all of a sudden I'm riding along, and I see a spot on the sand right before I got to camp that was purple, absolutely purple. And I said, what in the world? I've never seen purple sand. So I stopped the truck, and I got it, hopped down out of it. I mean, it's a big old 4x4 truck, big old wheels, and I'm 5'7", so I hopped out of the truck, no joke, and went around, got me a handful of it, and I went down to the water, and I panned it in my hand, to look at it. I had about 5 people in the truck with me I was taking back to camp, but they were just watching me, And I was panning it in my hand, and I looked at it, and there must have been 100 colors in my hand out of what I took a great big handful of it down to the river and down to the ocean and dodged the waves and panned it in my hand. There must have been 100 colors in it.
Wow.
And I said, oh, my God. And so I took my hand and I wrenched it off in the water and I throwed my hands up in disgust like, I mean, man, that was a waste. And went and got back in the truck and I said, boy, what a waste that was, and rode off to camp with them and went to camp. I got to camp, went to my house, picked up my trailer, 9 buckets, and the ATV, and I started hauling 9 buckets at a time as hard as I could go for 3 days. The whole storm was storming the whole time. My dad's sitting in the chow hall. Every time I get done doing the 9 loads over on the riverbank, because you couldn't run them in the ocean, it was just churning, you couldn't keep a foot valve in. So I was running water from the river, fresh water, which separates better than the salt water already.
Right.
So I'm hauling 9 buckets over there. I run them, go through the chow hall, get a fig Newton and a tang, and then go out the door or whatever, hot chocolate or whatever, and go out the door and load them 9 buckets again and do it again. And I do that for 14, 16 hours a day, 3 days, solid, till the weather changed. And when it did, the weathies went the other way and it got covered up, and that was the end of it. Wow. So, it was like make the hay when the sunshine deal. That's one of them deals. You know how they work. So I worked from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I mean, just as hard as I could go. And Friday, I had a 10 ounces of gold in a Jack Daniels bottle. And they were sitting in there in the chow hall when I come in and set it down in front of the table in front of me because it was sale day. And I put the 10-ounce bottle of Jack on a little mini bottle, mini-ounce bottle, completely full of beach gold.
Oh, my gosh.
On the table. And I stayed up most of the night cleaning it up to have it ready, for that next day. And I brought it out and put it on the table, and they all about freaked.
Oh,
jeez. Here they are laughing at me for what I'm doing, and I just made,
Oh, yeah.
Bad part was gold was $3.25 back then.
Guess you should have saved it.
But wait. But the best thing about it?
What's that?
I sold the gold when it was 1942.
Oh, there you go. Smart man.
Yeah. When I hurt my neck 5 years ago, right after I hurt my neck, when the gold price went crazy and I needed money because I didn't have anything coming in because my workers' comp case was held up. So I need money, and I said, well, all I got is gold. I got to turn it. I got to make money, and it was as high as it's ever been. So I said, now's the time.
Was like
that's what I did.
That was like a blessing, man. That is awesome.
Well, it's the only thing that kept my house with my workers' comp situation.
Wow.
I can tell you that. See? And then I settled with them on February the 6th, finally, and of this year. And I've yet to get a dime.
Oh my God!
I've yet to get a dime, dudes.
Yeah.
Slowest my lawyer's fussing every week about it. My congressman is too.
That is amazing.
I called him last week. I said, you up for election next week? I'd like for you to do something for me. So.
Well, hopefully he can help you. Here's what we're going to do now.
You need to call these people and find out what's going on.
That's right.
Why are they doing? How are they running this program?
Very poorly. So, poorly, Spike. That's how they run
it was. It was. And see, some states are different than others. I'm in South Carolina. The insurance company and the employer really have the say-so of where they send you to a doctor or not.
Yeah.
I worked in California 5 years. If you get hurt, you go to the doctor. The doctor does all the decisions. They wouldn't send me to a doctor, and after a year and 3 months, I finally had a 4-way fusion put in my neck.
Oh, jeez.
Because what it done to my neck and had to be done, and they knew it had to be done then, but they wouldn't cover it.
That's
so
crazy.
I had to wait till it could be done, so. Now I have some, permanent nerve damage in the hands and things, and that's the reason I don't work. And so I'm doing something to keep me busy,
Well,
so
you're doing a good thing.
And Well, I put pneumatics on my system to make it go up and down, so I don't have to lift it.
Right. And you're working on a classifier
you
can use
that's where being pretty handy comes in. So
that's right. Well, let's take another quick break, and then we'll come back. We'll open the phone lines. If anybody wants to call and ask you a question, they can. Okay. So we'll be right back, everybody.
Sure.
Awesome.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit dirthogpaydirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. dirthogpaydirt.com. The best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
You're listening to Prospectors Radio, bringing you 2 hours of information and commentary on the fascinating world of gold prospecting and treasure hunting.
You're listening to Prospectors Radio on the Gold Prospectors Space Network. Phone lines are open. Have a question? Give us a call. 419-520-7574.
All right, everybody, we're back with our guest, Spike Littlejohn, and we already got a caller for you, Spike. It's our good friend, Mr. John Shaw. How you doing, John?
Doing great. Headed back home. I'm going to take it nice and slow going there and enjoy myself.
Make sure you do.
Going to be hard to beat the swank, though, as far as enjoyment.
Well, we're glad you had a great time, buddy. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You have a safe trip going home, too. You got a question for Spike? We know you know Spike.
Oh, yeah, I know Spike. I was just going to tell him that, I showed that Toby around and ran him around while I was down there at the swank. Let folks see it. And I set that Toby up like you were going to go for a second tub, but instead of the second tub, I just set it down in the river and used it in the river.
Oh, so you set it up as a high banker?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But set it up to run over so it'd work like a high banker, and you fill that tub full of water for the stand so it don't move on you.
Exactly. And it worked like a champ. Like I say, there was a lot of fine gold down there, nothing big and chunky, but a lot of fine gold. I took and run a 5-gallon bucket through there. Of course, I knocked all the big rocks out, the real big rocks out before I run it, and found a few peppery flakes and a whole bunch of fly poop, as they like to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least it caught that stuff. That's what we call. That's what I like to say. If it catches fly poop, it's done its job.
Yep.
And I kind of cheated on the cleanup. What I did, I went, disconnected the battery, unhooked the hose, connected the battery back up, and just used the hose to wash it out.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I do. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You just turn it on a 45 and wash it out.
Mhm.
You know, the
And
gold
like-
ram, heck, you turn it on a 45 and take a Gatorade bottle. That's the best thing I've ever found to
Mhm.
do it with. So,
Yeah, and it
but
worked
the
like a
cleanup is
dream.
done and you're back to work. You know, before the other guy's finished stretching out his rubber mat, miner's moss. Before he's finished
Yeah.
stretching it, you're already back running.
And like I say, that 5-gallon bucket of dirt I take, and I may have had about a half a pan of cons to pan out to find the gold. It made it real simple, real
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, that's one thing that I pride on is that there's so few concentrates, John. I mean, you know, like I say, we can do a run and there'll be probably less than a cup, you know, of concentrates, you know, a lot of times on that, you know, depending on how heavy the material is. And, you know, we're going to flush and wash. This new one I built is unbelievable. I'm going to take it up tomorrow and do some more testing on it and, you know, put it out there. But it's pretty crazy. It's doing a heck of a job. It's more than I expected it to do. I put 2 guys at it with a shovel yesterday, and when they looked at me, they said, "My God, this thing will work us to death." So I think I might have done something with a 12-inch machine that's going to put some people to work. So,
Oh yeah.
and you know, it's like you know me. I'm always going to do something a little different, and I'm probably going to $375 retail that baby doll. So that's going to be a high banker for $375.
Good price.
Gonna be kind of
Ain't
hard to
bad
get
at
out.
all.
Yeah.
Like I say, it worked great, and I showed it off so people could see it. And they, well, I kind of heard of that. Well, I got one right here. I'll let you see it. If you want, we'll put it
Well,
in the
I
water
appreciate
and
it,
you can
John.
use it.
I can tell you that, sir. I really appreciate you doing that. It was done me a good thing to give you the free go around, see it, because it ended up getting to be shown off too. That was a good way to work out. So I'm glad I done that for you.
Yep. John
Oh,
was
no
promoting.
problem. Like I say, I brought my equipment, and my equipment's to use, but it's also, hey, I like to share. Somebody may not know nothing about it. Well, hey, they got to see it.
They didn't know. That's right. Thanks to you, John.
Yeah.
Good job, brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
John, I appreciate you a lot, my man. You bought that first
no
one. You helped me
no
get them
problem.
going. And
You
this
take
weekend
care,
I
and I'll
busted a
talk to
couple
you
more
later,
right out
all
the
right?
door. So
All right, you be careful out there on the road, John. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. And
I only got 14 hours more to go, but it ain't going to be all in one shot.
Only 14 more hours. No, you drive safe.
Good Lord.
Stop and rest when you need to, brother. And like I said, it was a pleasure meeting you finally, and we enjoyed hanging out with you, buddy. So
Yeah, it was great meeting you.
yes, safe travels, John.
All right,
All right.
y'all take care.
Thanks for
Be
calling,
safe.
buddy. Bye, John. That's a great guy right there. Pretty cool.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
cool.
he was promoting for you, Spike. So.
Hey, he called me up, and he wanted to talk about one. We talked about everything, and I explained things, and he told me what he wanted. He wanted this, and I said okay, and I said, I'm throwing this in. I think he deserves it.
That's awesome.
Being that first guy, so
Yeah.
first guy to take
That's
a chance
awesome.
on something like that. And,
Mm-hmm.
the thing does work. That's the thing about it. It catches the heck out of that little fine gold, and if it's catching the fine, it's catching the heavies. And
Yeah.
now, see, it's because of my testing program. I think that things are working as good as they are.
Uh-huh.
I tell people what angles to set things at, to make them work right. And then also the other thing is, I test with lead, and I test with lead that's been ground up as fine as fly poop.
Okay.
And so if I can catch lead that's fly poop size, I'm dang sure going to catch gold that's fly poop size. So.
Gotcha.
That's my testing program. That's what I do. I have all sizes of lead, and I do a test with this, a test with that, and it's a good way to set it up and know what I've got happening. Because if I catch every bit of lead, test after test after test, I know then that I'll never have to worry about it losing any gold.
Sure.
I mean, it just can't do it if it's run right. I mean, so, and that's when I can feel good about what I'm doing. And I haven't put anything out that I don't feel good about. That's the thing about it, and I never will. So
That's awesome.
I'm gonna try to give something good, that'll work every time. And I think my gold ram might be one of them, guys. I found out this week a lot of people love it. And,
Good. Well, here's
a
another
lot of
caller.
people love it a lot.
All right, here's another caller for you, Spike. Hold on, buddy.
Cool.
All right, hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey, how are you? What's going on?
Hey, I got a question for Spike.
Uh-huh.
Did I hear him right? He said he saw some purple sand.
No. Was it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did.
Oh, that's good. So when I head to Alaska in like 3 days, if I spot some purple sand, that's the stuff I should get, huh?
Yeah, well, now, purple sand, the best way if you hope for the right kind of storm to happen, because then it takes away all that stuff on top, because that purple's probably way down there right now unless the beach is cleaned off. I don't know what it's like right this minute. But it's one of them things that's either there, it's there all the time. It's pretty much there all the time, but sometimes it's covered up with 4 foot of sand that's got nothing in it or got a little in it, So that's when you have to look. I mean, you just go down to the beach and test, and don't take a long time testing it. I mean, it's the same type deal as that other. I mean, and like I say, if I can test it in my hand, you can test it with a pan in no time. Just take a tub with you, run down the beach, and you can test about 20 spots in no time. And that way you move move along till you find a spot that shows some color, and then you can work from there. Look for colors in sand. Blacks are good, purples are good, real good, and reds are good. Like a burgundy color almost. That one usually can do real good. I mean, sometimes it doesn't have anything, but a lot of times that's what is good. That's the load that's got the real good stuff. So, but if you're going up, that's the thing to do. Where are you going in Alaska?
Going to Juneau. I'm going there with Caleb Bennington, and we're going to Razor's place.
Oh, it's you, Dennis. You pain in the butt. He told us it was you.
Listen at him.
I thought it was him.
Listen at him.
I thought it was him. I was like, that sounds like Dennis.
Well, wherever you test fast. Test fast and work hard. That's my rule, okay?
Hey, I'm all for it. Razor already said that we're going to be losing some weight, so he's going to put us to work when we get there.
Hey, I've heard something about a bunch of hose he was talking about, I believe, something like that. You get in touch with me, and I'll tell you how to make a roller to roll that hose up, make your life real easy and quick. Because when I run Catchmark, I had 12 machines. Imagine how many hoses that was.
Shoot.
Oh my gosh!
And some of them had 300 feet on them. Okay, so I know how to make a roller for that with a little bit of plywood and some PVC pipe that'll roll them up for you. And you can roll them right up in a wad, and they'll be all circled up and real easy to handle.
Just make them work harder, Razor. Don't make nothing
There
easy.
You go.
Make everything tougher.
Unless they don't want me to tell them the easy way.
No,
I'll draw
them
a picture of it.
Oh, no. Hey, I take whatever I can get, man.
No, make it rough on Spike.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta, it's hard enough work as it is. Like I say, you gotta do things the smart and the simple way, and that's just one of them things. I mean, it took me one day in the afternoon up there at the camp at Catchmark to build that. It took me about an hour and 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. And then after that, I'd roll them up in rolls and tie them with little strings, and I could carry 300 feet of hose somewhere and then lay it out and roll it out. And then when I got ready, roll it up on the roller again. So
that's smart.
You know, and mosquitoes love you when you're working on the hose. That's when they love you the most, when you're tightening them the clamps. So
there's some big mosquitoes down there too, ain't there? We hear.
Oh no.
Is there, Spike?
What's that?
Big mosquitoes down there?
They can be, and it's the craziest thing in the world. Some people, they will bother them to death, and some people they won't bother at all. And some people have their remedies for this and that, and I've got two. One of them is dryer sheets.
Okay.
Get you a box of dryer sheets. Rub it on your skin, on your neck, and on your wrist and all that, and then stick it in the back of your hat. Or back of your sleeve, back of your neck or something, or in a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then every now and then dab it around. You don't want to a lot, but, because you're going to get sweaty. It's going to get, anyway. But just having it around to keep them away. That was one thing that helps a lot. It's what I found. And that and garlic. If you eat garlic for some reason, they just don't like you. And I've had buddies that eat garlic and they won't bother them. The other thing is you can just be naturally somebody they don't like, and I'm just happen to be one of those. I ran Catchmark, and I had them up there so thick at times it was unbelievable. They would not even light on me, and they was all over all these other people. And I don't know if it's because I wasn't taking enough baths or what it was, but it worked pretty good.
I like to do the dryer sheets. I do that because, I mean, if I don't know if garlic works or not, but if I did the garlics and it kept away the mosquitoes, then I'd have to worry about the flies.
Well, it might, but I guarantee you, up there ain't many flies in Alaska now. You don't have to worry about that. That's like snakes. There's none.
Oh.
That's one thing I love about Alaska. I can go to my claim up there and I can work all day and never worry about looking around for a snake. But I go up here to Thermal City or somewhere up there, and next thing you know, there's a water moccasin up there to worry about.
Geez.
So, yep.
Yeah, no, that's not good. So, no snakes is
I'm
nice.
not a snake fan, guys.
No,
I'll just be honest.
neither
I can
we.
deal with spiders, but I don't like
Yeah.
snakes.
Neither
I'm not that guy. So
Nope. Understand.
that's the reason Alaska's my favorite space because there's no snakes. How about that? Yeah.
Sounds like
That's
a
a
winner.
good way.
All right. Well, thank you for calling there, first time
All right. Hey, I
caller.
appreciate Spike, and I'll be listening to the show on my drive home.
All right.
Yeah, well, make sure you check it out, and like I say, I'll give you an idea how to make something like that. If you want to do it, give me a message, and we'll do that. So I might save you some
sure
totes
will.
or dragging a bunch of hose.
All right.
All right. Cool.
All right,
Dan.
guys. I will talk to y'all later.
All right. Thanks for calling, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Later,
right.
brother. Bye.
Bye.
No, make life harder for him, Spike, not easier. That's our goal.
Oh, that's it. We can't let him read my book in, okay? My article.
No, don't.
We can't let him read Simple Prospecting in, can we?
No.
Well, he can't read, so it's okay.
No, okay.
Unless it's a Crayola book.
I'll make him a shovel and put 1-inch iron pipe in it. How about that?
That'll work, yeah. Fill the handle full of lead
Yeah.
shot.
Fill it full of lead.
Yeah. That would work. Mercy. Jeez. That man make me crazy.
I had the worst thought today at the campground. Think about this now. I pull up to let my dump out, okay? And the first thing I do is I always check to make sure that my things are closed before I start doing anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I got to thinking about, what if there was some brat running around a campground that went through and pulled all of them during the week, during the night some night at the campground somewhere. Most people ain't smart enough that they going to check that when they start doing that project, okay?
No.
I mean, to me, it was just like, whoa, dude, yeah, I never thought about that. From now on, I'll always check them things. I mean, you can tell when somebody was a bad kid, too, can't you?
That's right. Yeah. Where was your mind at? What could I do to make some mischief? That's awesome. Well,
I was just thinking what somebody could have done while I was pumping the tank in there,
Yeah.
So it was anyway.
It makes you tend to
That's
look
the way
around
it
a bit.
works.
Well, I think what we're going to do now, we're going to announce the winner of your gold ram that you gave away.
Well, hey, do that and mail me or send me the
sure
information
will.
on my thing here, and
Oh,
I'll get it out
definitely.
the door to them. So,
Definitely. Yeah, I drew the winner today after I got home. I worked on that, out of all the entries. There were a lot of entries, too, and like I said, we really appreciate the giveaway. I know the members did. I still can't believe you only had 6 friend requests. It's kind of embarrassing. But
hey, I got
well, I got 13 now.
I sent one.
I got 13 requests right now that I
right.
haven't replied to because we've been on here. So
okay.
I'll get those as soon as we get off. I'm not going to reject any of them unless they're an old girlfriend.
There you go. There you go. And maybe you'll get more throughout the week after more people listen to the archives. They'll be like, "Man, I can't believe it."
Well, I hope so. I mean,
Yeah,
I want
me
them. I
too.
want them to be friendly. I mean,
That's
be a community, guys.
That's right.
Share that social feeling and network.
That's
and
right. And if they got
I
a
know we all
question-
love gold and share that,
That's
but
right.
we got to share it.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, and that way.
And like I told you, I'm doing this in my retirement basically, and I'm not looking to be the big wheel. I'm looking to follow in.
Right.
Especially the East Coast guys. A lot of them is going to be the shipping I can really help them with. Where California sluice used to kill us on East Coast shipping to get things over here.
Sure.
So it kind of the back the other way, and they're not doing anything now. I understand. So
Now I seen.
I'll send it out there, but send it the cheap way.
That's right. Now, seen somebody posted in the chat room. They asked if you was going to be at the Ohio Gold Show this year.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm planning to be at the Ohio Gold Show and the Georgia Gold Show, and I'm doing the August outing at Loud Mine. We're going to have a booth there again.
Okay.
We had such a good week this week. I sold, I got to go to the store and buy a bunch of sheets of plastic because I sold a bunch of stuff. You know,
Right.
I mean, it cleaned me a lot out.
So you'll be
the gold
ready?
rounds, especially, like I say, the one I got here is the one I got to send them because I hadn't got another one. I'll have to have some made the next day or two here.
Mhm.
So
That's cool. Let's see.
it's not a problem. It usually goes pretty fast. So
Right. See? And
somebody asked if it was considered a pan
Yeah,
or a sluice,
right.
and
Yep.
you know, and he says he's in a pan only area.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: I would go in and real nicely argue with a ranger that that's a plastic pan because it's got a rim all the way around it, and it's plastic, and it looks like a pan, and you don't put it in the water and put a rock on it.
Right.
So I talked to the ranger at one place, and he said it looks like a pan to me. And so I don't know how they'll do it at other forests, but the guy that I talked to said yes. And you know, if it's made out of aluminum and square, and I don't know if they're gonna consider that a pan or not. Maybe they will. We'll find out. You know,
Right.
we all gonna find out.
Sure.
So mine, same thing. You walk in the woods, I can't guarantee the ranger ain't gonna fuss at you, but you ain't gonna lose as much.
Right.
Nice.
That's the big thing. You won't lose as much, you
No.
know. And if you want to run with it, you can always run and try to take a chance, you know. So you won't have to run with as much weight.
That's right.
So,
It's a lot lighter
There
to
you
run
go.
with. Now, what about Gold Rush? You going to try to make it to Gold Rush this year?
that's in the September, is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got the end of August and the very first week of the very first days of September.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be at the Loud.
Okay.
And then after that, if it's after that, I could work it in probably.
Right. I'm not sure what the
I like
date
to look
is
find
on
the
it.
dates on all that, see
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
And but yeah, we're getting all kind of stuff together, and you know, it's some of, you know, everything I started with. I'm starting at the gold rams at $39.95.
That's great.
And then a line goes up, and everything goes up. And the most expensive thing I'm gonna do right now is a high banker at
It's a high
$375.
banker. That's a steal.
And it's a 12-inch high banker. 2 people can shovel into. You just have to put a pump to it.
And where
So,
can you get a high banker for
you know,
$300?
I'm trying to fill a market that a person
Yeah.
wanting to start prospecting can start,
Right.
and they can say, "Well, heck, I can do this, and I don't need to be hard, and I can do this simple the way he's
Mhm.
doing it." Because that's what part of my equipment is the simpleness of what I do.
Simplicity.
Okay.
Right.
Because I run my stuff, I make so very little concentrates, and I can clean them so fast.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's just quick. And efficiency is, you know, well, when you're lazy, it works out pretty good.
And affordability, though. It's got to be affordable, and it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
you can't beat that. the
Yeah,
prices.
I'm putting it at a price that, you know, somebody can do
Everybody
that.
can
Yes,
afford
exactly.
Yeah, that's what's nice. Everybody can afford that. So that's
Well, I mean, I've got guys that got gold cubes, and, you know,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. I love Mike. Mike's my buddy.
right.
But he has to screen material, or you got to put something on top to screen it, and I don't screen nothing.
All right.
I put it in the same machine, and mine's $200 cheaper on the same stand.
Okay.
So, you know, it's just the way that works. That's what I
That's-
was able to do when I built mine the way I did.
Right.
So, you know, it's a solid product, and
Mhm.
it's, you know, if y'all seen the one on the tub, we do the same thing, but we put it on the same stand that you know, that the gold cube's on,
Right.
that same square stand. So
That's cool.
that makes it real solid, but it will mar up in the sand. And as y'all seen with the Toby, you set it on the bank and fill
Yeah.
it full of water, and it's about as, I don't know, I don't think you could find anything much more stable, if you know what I mean,
Sure.
than a tub full of water
That's
sitting
right.
there, you know.
That
So,
is pretty darn stable. That's
yeah,
for sure.
and- well, the
Man.
big sluice, it's gonna get tried on a big old 14-gallon tub this week. See what
Okay.
happens with it, if I can make that work, and
Yeah.
that would be you know, that'd be another way to make something lighter.
Right.
Everything could be fitting in the in the tub and just sliding in the back of the truck, and
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have any stand involved at all, no metal, no weight of it,
That's nice.
and then that maybe costs $75 less
Yeah.
or something along that line. So you know.
Yeah, see,
When you put a stand on something like that, it's about $75. I mean, there's nothing anybody can do about it. They make them and anodize them, and we have to pay for them, guys, all
Right.
of us.
right.
So,
Right. So it's you're
and
trying to
what
save
the
money
thing I
some
do
money.
is one good thing for me, guys. These tariffs, and they're running up the price of aluminum. I got a notice the other day, or they told me Keens 15-20% across the board
Mhm.
going up because of all the metal tariffs.
Right.
They're not putting a tariff on my ABS,
There you go.
and my ABS comes from Indiana. Okay,
Oh,
so
that's nice. Okay.
I get the Indiana ABS that comes to Greenville. I pick it up in Greenville and bring it to my shop and work. And I live about 7 miles from Todd's shop. Is where
Okay.
my work in my
All
shop
right.
here is.
Nice.
So It's in Inman, South Carolina.
Nice. It's all American made right here in good old USA.
Yes, well, yeah.
That's awesome.
The only thing I don't have American is the pumps I use sometimes. I use a what's the name of it? Anyway, I use a pump that has a 4-year warranty on it, and the supplier I'm getting them from, American supplier, honors the warranty on them with no trouble at all, and they're just a great pump. They go anywhere from 1,100 down to 350, and 4-year warranty on a pump's pretty darn good.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that really is not American in them. I put a really good ball valve in everything now, to where you can control your water flow, and those are working out real good.
Good.
They're just real hard to put the hose on, but if you ever get it on, you'll never get it off. So, it's just put it in hot water. You put the hose in hot water, and once it gets good and hot, then you can take it and shove it right on there, but then like I say, it's not coming off.
Right.
So that's the way I do them. So.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, they work out good, and that's when you got that real strong battery. It's making way too much water, That's what you have those valves for. And I use them to do cleanups. I'll turn the valve off and tip it over on, take the 2 bolts off the end of the one in the bucket, turn it on a 45 into a pan, turn the water valve on, just wash it all right in there, and just turn it back on, start over again.
That's cool.
That's the thing about it. My equipment can be cleaned in minutes and put back to running.
It's all about simple. Yeah.
Like I say, a lot of guys are still stretching miner's moss, and I'm back running.
Right.
That guy with the on-coop high maker, my God, it took him 30 minutes to take it apart, clean it, put it back together.
Yeah.
And it took me 2 minutes to take mine apart, clean it, and put it back together. So it was like, whatever you want, but I caught this fine gold, and he caught fine gold too, but I caught the same fine gold. So,
Yeah, and clean out was
drop riffles are not drop riffles are nothing new.
No,
I mean, they were used for hundreds and hundreds of years, and the biggest thing is a bedrock crack is a drop riffle, okay? And that's exactly what my stuff creates with the things I do, with all these crazy patterns and different things I use. So, always innovating, always changing. I tried to run that 12-inch one on 2 750 pumps. I found out real quick that I wasn't even in the neighborhood of water. Yeah, no way. I needed like a 3700 pump if I was going to use electric. But use what you have to. So
sure. Well, great job, brother. Now let's go ahead and announce that winner. So
yeah.
out of all the entries, we got our winner. It's a female. She's from Holland. M.E. What's that? That Missouri? M.E.
No.
What is it, Shad?
That's
Maine.
Maine? M.E.?
That'd be Maine, wouldn't it?
I think. I'm not good with them abbreviations. Holland, Maine, then. Her name is Peggy McLeod. M-C-L-E-O-D. Congratulations, Peggy. I'll send her a message. Get her mailing info, and Spike will get that out to you. And enjoy it. Post some pictures of you using it, something. We'd like to see it. Send Spike a friend request. Anything.
yeah, everybody do that. I'm kind of upset about that.
I am too.
Y'all done picked a fight with me now.
That's right. I ain't going to sleep well tonight knowing you only had 6 friend requests. I mean, that just bothers me.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck's wrong with these people?
8,000 members.
I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah, 8,000 members, and you get 6 friend requests. That's just wrong.
Yeah, and I got all them on Facebook. I mean, I got a bunch of people on Facebook that like me for some reason. I don't know.
I don't. Did you do something?
Well, maybe I don't know if they like me or not. They just put me on their list. Maybe
yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know.
They just want to add you so they can say they have you. Yeah, that's what it is. Spike, we want to thank you.
I get them all the time. They walk up on me at the show down there this weekend. Hey, buddy, we Facebook friends. And, hey, yeah, sure. What's your name? Yeah, I remember you. But it's 2,313 as of today, I think it was.
Yeah,
so,
man.
On my business page and my personal page there. So I had to look through and see what all was going on.
That's cool. Well, hopefully we get to run into you sometime this year. It'd be nice to get to do that, and we want to thank
I'll be
you.
at the Gold Show for sure.
Well,
I know I'm coming to the Gold Show.
Hopefully we
doing
will
that.
see you.
There's no doubt about it.
All right, cool.
I know I'm doing a Loud Mine outing in August. I've already promised on that, and I've got some big plans for things I'm doing, some different things. And I'm going to be doing some demo days around. I'll probably be doing one at Thermal City, or because they got a lot of my stuff on the shelves, and I think Bill up at Carolina Prospecting's got some events going on in July, early July, and I'm going to try to maybe go up and do something with him.
Okay.
Because he carries my stuff in his store also.
All right.
So, they're good to me and helping me out, and my stuff's there, and I want to go up and support and, show people the new stuff and maybe, keep some more of it moving for all of us.
Heck yeah. Tell Bill we said hi if you get down that way,
we're just trying to be put out a fair product at a good price, and do things a little different.
And you are. You are, buddy. We appreciate you and all you're doing for the miners, and we also appreciate the giveaway you sponsored this month. And we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Great product. Be sure and check out Spikestrikesluices.com. I don't know what's your YouTube
Awesome.
Your YouTube channel again, Spike. What is that? Is it just Spike Littlejohn or?
It's there's Spike Littlejohn, but Spike Strike Prospecting Equipment, the one I use mostly.
On YouTube, Spike Strike Prospecting Equipment.
Yes,
so
on
check
YouTube.
That out.
Spike Strike Prospecting
Subscribe
Equipment,
to
just
that.
like my full name on my website and stuff.
Let's get.
But like I say, if you
more
want to do purchases, I promise the eBay's usually going to be the better way, and that's when you go on like my Facebook page. If you hit the buy now, that goes to my eBay page.
Oh, that's
and
good.
the reason I do that is because it gives people better rates on shipping and gives them options. Where they don't have to have the 2 day. They got the option to go to parcel post. And save that money. You guys in Ohio, it's like $12, to send them up, that kind of thing. They're not terrible that way.
Right,
but
that's not terrible.
when they start going west, man, they burn me up. They really do.
At least you're
and I
trying.
send an order to a dealer out west, with a lot in it, a big order, a big box. Oh, Lord, they really wear me out there.
Yeah, that's got weight and size. Goodness gracious. But Spike trying to look out for the miners, and we appreciate that, Spike. And thank you again for joining us.
Well, it's value.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we thank you for being here, brother, tonight. We really do, and hopefully we'll have you back again here soon. It's good talking to you.
Anytime. I'd be welcome. I'll be glad to do it for you, man. I've enjoyed it.
We enjoyed
it. Shad. Thank you, Shad. But I enjoyed doing it. It's nice sharing with the community. I've known this community for a long time. Like I say, the first LDMA event was way back in '83, and I was pretty serious into prospecting, from real little, So knew a lot of the old timers around that some other people never did get, So you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
that kind of deal.
Definitely. So you're welcome back.
We'll have to see how things go, but y'all take care,
You
and
too, buddy.
let's stay together, stay in touch, and
do.
I've got something going on. Want to get together on? Let's do it.
We'll do.
I'll
We'll
do
let
my
you
best
know,
to try to be around.
All right, cool.
And appreciate the chance
be
to
in
talk
touch.
to everybody and let them know what we have.
You got it, my
Awesome.
friend. Thanks, Spike.
Thank you, Spike.
Have a great evening.
Oh
Get
yeah,
some rest.
anybody that orders anything in the next day or two, be prepared. It may take a day or two before it gets out. I'm just telling you because I don't have anything much left. I got like 10 sluices left here. They cleaned me out at the show. I was so happy when I walked out of that place.
That's what you want. To leave there empty-handed with one ram.
I wanted to leave there with nothing, but I didn't. I left there with
one
3
gold ram.
concentrators. I left there with 3 Toby setups that could have been Tubbies or the stowaway, whichever way you wanted to put them. And you just change a few things and put the stand in. It's all that does.
Right.
And I left there with 3 of those and about 7 sluices, I think, is all I had left when I walked out. And I went in with a pretty good pile of stuff I had built up, before the show. So
that's what you want.
I was real quiet. I was real happy about it, and it's a good organization on that. And discount code. So somebody asking about a discount code. I tell you what.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to get a discount code together for you in the future here and whip one on you, and we'll give y'all something to work out.
There you go. That'd be cool.
I'll get it to Tim, and Tim can put it out, and
right.
We'll do that.
Sounds good, brother.
Something for you. I don't know what I'll do. Give me a little time here to work something out.
No
I
worries.
just got back after being gone all week.
Yeah, get some rest. I'll send you that address
But, hey,
tomorrow or something. As soon as I get it, I'll send it to you.
Yes, sir. Do that.
All right. Thanks,
Sure.
Spike.
Thanks to everybody that listened in, and all the waves and the thank yous and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Like I say, I want to be part of your community. I always do. And I've always been the lone miner, kind of run by himself, and went to Alaska every summer. Was never around for all the summer events because I was gone.
Right.
Now
you're not.
And if I was up to me, I'd be gone right now. So. But right now, I've started this, and I'm pretty stuck. It looks like I'm stuck here. I mean, the orders are coming, and I'm going to have to keep making parts. So I'm not going to stop.
Started
if anything, I'm going to hire help, eventually.
You're eventually probably going to have to, it sounds like. So good luck,
well,
my friend.
I hope to hire help. Well, actually, I hope to take them over to my buddy in Greenville and hand him the molds and say, here, make me 200 of these.
Yeah.
And be done with it, and then I just go pick them up. That's a lot less work on me than just going out in the garage and stamping these things out at 8 minutes a piece.
Yeah.
The time I heat them up and pull them off. You heat them up 300, that's a lot of heat. You're standing around for a long time. So, why you think I work at 4 o'clock in the morning?
That's right.
Exactly. You know that.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Well, get you
guys,
some
I
rest.
appreciate it a lot.
You're
I'm going to go ahead and get
welcome,
out of
brother.
here.
All right. Have a good night, Spike. Bye, my friend.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, brother. That was pretty cool. Spike's a great guest.
Yeah, he was great.
He sure
What a
was.
Great
character.
stories. I mean, you really can listen to him.
Oh, you can. He's
just go on and on. I mean, he's...
And just,
Now, he would be interesting around a campfire.
oh, yeah. Could you imagine the stories that he ain't telling on the radio?
Well, somebody mentioned, hey, how about the Cronies outing, since, you know, we're going to be pretty close to his neck of the woods.
Are we?
We're going to be real close. Oh, that's right. Well, maybe we can get him to stop by and pay us a visit while we're out there.
That's
There you
right.
go.
And
That would be cool.
some of our other friends down there, like Todd Martin and whatnot, maybe. So
Yeah, and Bill and all them. Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Man. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to meet him. So, you know, I've talked to him a lot, so I definitely would like to meet him. Great guy. Great stories, and I could just imagine the stories that man has. That's for sure. Oh, man. Anyhow, you guys have a good weekend?
Oh, it was great. We got to see Rich and meet John Shaw and get to see everybody from the Buckeye chapter.
Yeah. Big shout
And
out, right?
we had an interesting weekend.
Yeah.
Tired.
and poor Rich is still there.
Yeah, I know.
That's why Rich isn't here tonight.
Leaving the turkey.
I felt bad. Well, honestly, I felt worse leaving Rich behind than the turkey.
Did you?
So, yeah, I was like, dude, you can come to our house.
Did Rich hang
No,
his
I'm
head?
fine. I'm like, okay. I'm like, nobody's around you. You know, everybody around the area is like, he's just out there.
Yeah, because everybody left. John left. You guys left.
Yeah.
He's all alone.
And a few other the neighbors left. Yeah, so his little trailer and truck and his little canopy is all just in the middle by itself in the open.
Aw.
And he was just sitting in there underneath it.
Oh, Rich, we're sorry, Rich. We're thinking about you, brother. If you're listening,
He's probably listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's on his way home. He was thinking about it because he was looking at the radar, so he might have packed up, and I haven't talked to him because of the show, but hopefully if he is out driving, be safe, Rich Cooley. Be safe.
yeah, definitely be safe.
Judge on.
Judge on. Well, I know he was happy. He brought his 4-inch dredge, the Patriot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, and John Shaw got to.
Oh, he got to get broken in. He's never dredged before.
No, never.
So what does he do?
He
gets
learns
on
on
a
a 4-inch.
Like, well, and he was tired.
Yeah, I walked over there as he was working. Nice hole. I go, how you doing there? He goes, I'm tired. I said, I bet.
Yeah, start right out jumping on 4-inch. Yeah, that makes sense. But he had a good time. He got to dredge, and he's never got to, and that's what's cool. Rich put him right
Yeah,
on
and the
it.
kids got to try out dredging as well.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
That's right.
Had the
Yeah,
the younger generation out there dredging. It was
taught him to use the combo, a couple of them, and then we even threw them on Kathleen's backpack. I was shocked.
Yeah, I
he
actually allowed it.
Oh, wow.
So they had a lot of fun, though. It was cool. And then we cleaned up the cons this morning. So we found one really nice big flake. So a lot bigger than a pepper piece, I'll tell you that. I was surprised.
Yeah, cool. See? But it was a good weekend, other than all the rain that we got, because we kind of...
At least it was like pockets of rain. So it would rain really, really bad, and then you get this big, long stretch of sun, and then rain really, really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and then rain really, really even worse, like all night, and it's just like... Oh,
it was
God.
moist.
It was really moist. It was like the moistest I've ever been, was like...
The moist.
Is moistest a word? I don't even know.
It is now.
It is now. All right. But yeah, it was rough. I got a little wet last night, sleeping in the tent, and thank God I had that pop-up.
Well, all you people went to bed early. Like,
I was tired.
Rich and I and Shane, our son came with us, and we did the night hunt.
Right.
Kathleen was there for support and filming, taking pictures to post them on everything. And, yeah, we get back.
Everyone's
asleep.
Yep.
Well,
and, I walked by your tent, and I was like, where's Tim? The old man must have couldn't take it anymore.
I couldn't.
And I was hoping you were still awake to hear it, but you weren't.
I was
so.
exhausted. We came down to the metal detector hunting, and it was waiting, and it's like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. So we walked to the outhouse, And then it's like, well, we're this far down. Let's just go on down to the camp. I'm tired. Because we wanted to be there to golf clap for you and Rich, but it was like, is it good? Start, Pat. Please start the event, And then we gave up. Sleep deprivation got us, I guess. I don't know. We was just tired. So
it was
a fun trip time, though.
And I have to say that, my worlds collided. I had... my friends got to see what I do on the weekends.
That was cool. Yes, and that was cool. And they seemed like they enjoyed it.
Yeah. My friend Stacy, crazy Stacy, she was out there in the creek just pulling up a rock next to me, chit-chatting while I'm dredging.
That was something.
And then she got in and dredged for a while.
It's nice, see? And they look like they had a good time, and hopefully they'll take more interest in it, maybe start doing more of it. You never know. I mean,
I don't know.
You don't know?
Not,
you don't know? You don't think so?
It was cool they came out to try and brought their kids.
It was.
Hey, it's just like me going to their football parties, Right. They know that I'm not a football watcher. But they love
their kids enjoyed it.
Foosball.
The foosball. Yeah, but their kids enjoyed the heck out of it, it seemed
That's right.
Uh-huh. So maybe some future prospectors there.
Oh, Blake, definitely.
Oh, him.
Janelle's son.
Yeah,
and she's getting ready to move to Indiana, so I told her she better find a house with a creek so I could camp in her yard.
Oh, you could pull that camper right up there? You'd be set.
I said, just think, Janelle, look at all this could be in your yard.
Yes, exactly. You could charge people to come here to your yard.
She's looking around like, what?
Oh, really? I don't know if I want all this going on in my yard. All you crazies and your foosball and the shenanigans and the craziness. Yeah, but we want to give a big thank you to the Buckeye chapter, Tony Ledford and the crew for welcoming us with open arms, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to be up there for a while now, and that was the Buckeye chapter was the first place Kathleen drugged me to at the time to learn more about prospecting when she found out there was a claim and a club in Ohio.
Right.
And that was the very first place we ever put a gold pan in the water and ever found a speck of gold. So it's always cool to get back up there and hang out with everyone.
Yeah. It was a great time. We want to thank Dano for the wonderful job he did cooking that hog. He cooked that big hog roast.
Oh, he's amazing. That's awesome.
Awesome job.
And Patrick and Susie did a great job
for the night hunt.
The metal detecting hunt. Yeah, awesome. It was a great event. A big, huge turnout. Probably the biggest turnout yet, I think. They had Jocelyn Elizabeth there from our YouTube, from Garrett. So it was great, and we really appreciated everybody there. I mean, immensely. And then our good friend Paul Cooper gave us this really cool sign, and we was going to give it away tonight, but we're going to give it away next Sunday. It's this. I know Kathleen's got a picture of it on her.
I took a picture.
Facebook. I don't have a picture of it yet. I want to post a picture of it first, and like I said, next Sunday we'll give it away. It's this cool metal gold prospecting sign. It says Gold Prospector. It's awesome. I'll get the picture up. You guys will see it. You'll love it. And we're going to give that away next Sunday on the show, thanks to our good friend Paul Cooper. And is his nephew that makes these, Shad?
Yes, his nephew makes them. And really nice work. And, one thing Paul Cooper's doing is it's part of a fundraiser effort for the club. And, so it's cool. It's powder-coated gold.
Yeah.
So it's not going to scratch off or anything. It's really, really nice and sharp.
You mean that sign wasn't for us?
No, I bought that.
Oh.
I bought one.
Yeah,
I win a raffle, and what does he do? He comes running to me and say, hey, why don't you buy this now? And I'm like, it's not like I could say, I didn't bring any money.
yeah, right. He kind of got you there. So Shad bought one, Rich bought one, I ordered one. Yeah, so they're cool. And then, like I said, Paul gave us one, and we will be giving it away next weekend on the show. So look forward to that. Got to be here listening. Got to be in the chat room to be able to win it. It is cool. You will like it. You'll love to see it hanging on your wall. That's for sure. We're going to try to get some Crony Club ones made because they're that cool. They are super cool.
He does great work.
Yeah, really nice.
That would be neat to do a Cronies Club.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to find out about Crony Club ones for sure. Crony Nation all the way. Also, we got to see our good friends Ed and Jesse, of course. Be sure and check out their show Tuesday night. Their Tuesday night hangout over there on their YouTube channel. Good seeing them guys. They were busy. Oh, everybody. There was just a lot going on, a lot of good times. Like I said, good to catch up and see everybody. Rich.
Oh, the dowsing rod contest.
Oh, yeah, the dowsing rod contest. What'd they do? They hit a 1 ounce nugget or something, Kathleen?
Oh, it was
a 1 ounce nugget. They failed to, like, we were eating dinner, so we ran down there, well, Kathleen did, so she could do it, and she got it right at the very end. And they failed to tell her it's a 1 ounce nugget in a plastic bag.
Okay.
So she didn't have the full detail, but it was cool. She was close, but
I didn't picture the plastic bag around it.
Okay.
Joe Cooper was the closest.
He won.
Joe, he never wins
won
nothing.
a pendulum, a cat's eye or pendulum, I think it was.
And he was the last one to go. I cut in front of him, I think.
Did you?
He's my arch nemesis in contests.
Right. Yeah, he's like your Dr. Evil to your Austin Powers. Yeah, he sure is. Joe never wins nothing. It was good to see Joe win something because poor guy never wins.
Oh, whatever. That's why they call him Nugget Joe. Come on.
I know.
But Shad, you finally won. It was good to see you win something.
Yep. I did. That was cool.
It was.
The 50-50, yeah.
We won that last year, too.
Yes. It was good.
2 years running.
2 years. See, you're like the champion. That's right. See, way to go, brother. Happy. Rich won a pinpointer in the metal detecting hunt, didn't he?
He won a Garrett Pro pinpointer. He won a magnifying glass. And he got some... Oh, he won a Liberty silver coin from the 1920s or something, I think.
I think he found that.
No, he won it.
Oh.
You weren't paying attention.
See?
He got his ticket and won.
See?
Wow.
So yeah, he cleaned out at that detector hunt.
It was a good event and a great weekend for the crew. I like seeing the crew win something occasionally since they've never seen to win nothing here. You know, so.
Well, yeah, you don't let us. It's not fair.
Me. Oh, Lordy. So pretty cool. And let's see, what else? Don't forget.
Well, we need to do precious metal prices.
You do, and birthdays. And birthdays, because I changed it. I maxed them out. It's set at 20. That's the max I could do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So take it away, Shad.
Right.
Let's hear them prices.
So your current market price is as of Friday. Gold is up $2, $1,300 on the spot right there.
All right.
So it got back up. Now silver's up 6 cents to $16.78.
Okay.
Platinum climbed $6 to $906. And obviously, when you see everything going up, usually palladium goes down, which it did $3 to $1,009.
Oh,
so it's
good,
still
though.
up there.
That's still nice.
Still nice.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. We'll take that. Let's get our old birthday stuff ready for you.
Well, I say just for time tonight, let's get right into it.
Go for it.
Well, Dennis isn't here to sing, so
True.
we'll just
go for it. Roll it
All
out.
right, so birthdays here on June 10th. We have Bobby Moeller, Chris, Dan Waldman, Dane McCabe, Daryl Seymour, Elaine McManus, Jay Wilson, Jeffrey McNew, Jerry Borg, Jim Summers, John Lyons, Josh Meyer, Mark, Matthew Taylor, Paul Organ, wow, that was weird to say, Richard Edley, Scott Albert, Steve E. Sales, Tim Clenow, and there's your birthday. So happy birthday, everyone.
So you like that 20 list better?
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of names, though.
You said add them all. That's the most I can do, 20. So get ready for at least 20. And let's all flood Spike's page with friend requests.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, and it may just be somebody. Not everybody realized how to add friends on here, or that you need to accept them. And
right,
you know, so
you told him, Shad.
Hey, you got any questions? Hit Tim up. He would love to answer them. Right, Tim?
That's right. That's why I'm here. You know, it's not a problem. I answer questions
the creator.
all the time. You can get me here, or you can get me on Facebook. Either one. Message me. It's not a problem. I'll answer any questions to the best of my ability. And if I can't answer it, I'm sure Shad can. right, Shad? And then don't forget, we got our quarterly nugget giveaway coming up in a couple weeks, right, Shad? Both of them.
That's right. Yeah. You got to get in before the end of this month.
Yeah.
Make sure you're a crony member if you haven't renewed, or if you want to join, click that Crony Club tab on Gold Prospector Space at the top menu.
Yep.
$20 a year gets you in for some cool little special prizes, monthly giveaways, outings, quarterly nuggets, and more. Yep. And then, of course, our patrons, the premium patrons, you got the quarterly nugget there also happening. So there's still time to get a part of it, help support the show.
Yep.
And we got a lot of things we're going to get ready to announce of what we're going to do and what we envision to accomplish.
Yep.
So
that's true. So, yeah,
stay tuned there. And then, I don't know, should Kathleen do her closer look this Sunday?
If she wants to, it's up to her.
Because we'll be on vacation.
Okay. All right.
So she really won't have much time to prepare.
So
it would have to be this Sunday.
All right, so closer look with Kathleen this Sunday night. So that's cool. Looking forward to that. And don't forget our sponsors for our Crony Club is our good friends over at Dirt Hog, and our Patreon sponsor is Tommy Knocker's Pay Dirt. Both of those are quarterly nugget sponsors, so be sure and check them out as well. Great products there. So we got Kathleen's Closer Look Sunday. Sunday, I'll be on my way home. We're going to Michigan this weekend for the grandkid's birthday, so I'll be sure I'll be home in time for the show. No problems. I'm sure we'll have Cooley's Corner probably as well Sunday. And then we got West Coast Wednesday, of course, with Kathleen's Dredging Up the News as always, and which is always a very informative thing. I love it. I love them fun facts. I do. I enjoy the heck out of fun facts. So we got that.
See what I can dredge up.
Yeah, you'll dredge something up. You always do. And then I'll get the new Crony Club giveaway posted this week. Since we've been gone, I'll get that taken care of. So that'll be posted. I'll let everybody know when it's done. If you did just join the Cronies or you renewed, you'll find Kathleen's address or email on the Crony Club page. You can send her things. She'll send you a sticker out, so you can get that on your vehicle or your equipment and display.
I still have a big pile of them.
See, so make sure you send Kathleen an email. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy. And I think that's about it, guys. Did we?
I think it is. Great show, everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
Yep, and thank you, Spike, for joining us. We really enjoyed having you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this week. Kathleen, Shad, thank you, too, for being here. Rich, we missed you. Dennis, blah. Let me see. What am I forgetting? I think that's everything. Get some rest, you guys. And, hold on, crap, computers went to something goofy on me real quick. All right, and be sure to join us Wednesday night, West Coast Wednesday. We're out of here. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.